We've been having a lot of fun animating the camera and animating our 3D and 2D elements, but now we want to make sure that we're going to be able to output this storyboard onto a PDF or something that we can have printed, and we can also output to video and other formats as well. So getting it out of the program is very important too. So let's jump in and go to the first topic, which is PDF. When you export to PDF, you get a printable document that will basically be designed in any way that you choose. This particular version that I've printed out, I like to have a legal size format with dialogue and action notes and slugging. There are all kinds of options, and I just made this as a kind of a preview about what we're going to be doing, show you all the different options. So basically you can customize this output in any way that you want. The two main ways that we're going to output to PDF are through the regular file menu and also through the PDF Workspace. First, to go to the file menu option, up at the top of the menu bar is File and then Export, and then we can go to PDF, and we're going to get a dialog box here. Let me just squinch this up a little bit. This is going to have all kinds of options for us here. There's a lot of pre-made templates here, and here's one that I made that I customized myself. So I'll show you how to customize that really quick. You can choose one of the pre-existing formats to start from, and then duplicate profile, and then you can rename the profile. So I'll call it 3 Panels Horizontal Deluxe. You can call it anything on earth that you want to. And once you've renamed it, then you have all these options that you can choose from. There's so many that you'll just want to poke around and experiment with them until you get them to be exactly the way that you want. But you can see for just about any eventuality there is things that you can customize yourself. You can also create a brand new format, a new PDF profile from scratch, in which you choose the name, and you could choose your header, the way the pages are laid out. Within the storyboard caption, there's 3 other options: cover, sheet, the panels, and the way the captions are listed. You've got a header, a footer, and you can actually customize the way that the labeling is done. So once you've chosen your format, I'm going to go down here to mine that I just made. You can, if you want to, you can assign security, password information there. You can decide if you're going to export the entire storyboard or just selected scenes. And if you do selected scenes, you'll want to go over here to this button that says Select. Click on that, and then you can choose the scenes that you want. You can choose as many scenes as you want by clicking on the first scene you want, pressing Shift, and then clicking on the last scene that you want, and press OK. And in this case, I have selected scenes. You can also just print out the current scene or the current panel, and I like this option that says Open the document after the export. Another way to export your storyboard to PDF is by working in a special workspace. If you go over to the workspaces and choose PDF Review, then you have a whole bunch of options that are already presented to you in a way that's easy to manage all of your PDF options in one place. First of all, you get a nice layout that's somewhat analogous to the way that people often have their PDF printouts. And just like we had in the PDF dialog box under Export, right here in the PDF Workspace is a tab called PDF Export, and you can choose your profiles from here, including that one that I just created, the 3 Panels Horizontal Deluxe. Oh, I spelled it wrong. So anything that you create ahead of time as one of your profiles in that export box is going to appear in here in one of your profiles. And even if you do choose one of these, like Horizontal Flux, I'm going to edit it. It will pop back up. I will hit General and correct it. So that just shows you that you can make these changes on the fly. All right, so now my storyboard preset is now spelled correctly. And then here you have all the choices that you want to. I'm going to go to Export Range All. And there's also a button here called Analyze, which will show you if there's going to be any difficulty with captions spilling over or images fitting on a page, because that's one of the many, many options that you're able to choose in these options, are the way that captions and panels are handled when they're oversized. So you can analyze the storyboard through this button, and if it finds anything that the program wants you to know about, it will list it here so that you can decide what to do about it. In addition to that, there are PDF options per panel. For example, if I select this panel, I can choose how I want it displayed. For example, this is scene 2, so I'm going to go to scene 1. And just for illustration purposes, I will show that I want this panel to be displayed as a full page, unlike everything else, which is going to be 3 per page. And I can choose, instead of exporting all captions, I will unclick that, and you can see that I'm able to make individual decisions about individual panels. Otherwise, it's going to just stick with whatever choices you made on your original template. Even when you're in this PDF review workspace, you can move through your storyboard with your keyboard the same way that you can in the other views. If I click the F key, that moves me forward. And if I click on the A key, it moves me backward. Or you can assign custom keys to any of those that you'd like. Let me check out this scroll bar down here, which will also allow you to scroll through the storyboard this way. So you are able to see much more than just those initial panels. In addition, you have scene numbers, you've got the scene durations, and all these things are customizable. In addition, you could turn panels on, you could turn panels off within this view, so it's really very powerful. So let's just go to export this and see what happens. I'm going to go to Export Range All and then scroll down a bit. Oh, and let me show you the preview. What I can do with the preview, just to test out a few panels, just to see if I like the settings that I have, I can select one panel, or I can select more than one panel by hitting Shift and then clicking again. And I can also select more panels even that I can see by clicking on the first panel, scrolling ahead, pressing Shift, and now everything from the first panel I clicked until this panel is going to be included in my preview. So the preview is just going to shoot out a shorter version of the board just so that I can check the settings and I don't have to go through a big export. So here's what got chunked out in that preview. First of all, I did request in my PDF panels that this first scene would be a full page scene, so it did that very nicely. Here's scene 2, and it skips a panel here because the following panel needs more room. My dialogue, my action notes, basically everything that I wanted it to do, it shows me within these few pages. Now that I know that my settings are the way I want them, instead of pressing Preview, now I'm going to press Export. When I press Export, it gives me a chance to name it. So I'm going to call it, let's see, Export 01. And again, password protection or not, open document after export. And it's going to export it to PDF. The bigger it is, the longer it's going to take. And when it pops up, I've got a document with whatever title and cover sheet I gave it and everything else. So everything is here. Everything's just the way I like it. So that is a successful PDF export.